Please, no comment. Nope, guys, I don't even know what you're doing here. No comment.
Shannon Sedorick didn't want to talk to us about the day 2 years ago that ended like this.
It was one of those things where, like, you know something's gonna happen, but you hope it doesn't.
Robert Emerson was behind Sedorick on the Pemberton bypass on February 28, 2012, and says for miles she swerved in and out of her lane, narrowly missing oncoming cars.
I actually honked my horn, and she did try to dip back into the lane she was on, but it was really too late.
Police say Sedorick crossed the center line, slamming head-on into this car. Inside, 81-year-old Betsy Smith.
3 policemen came to the door, and they were just so kind. They had me sit down and told me.
Steve Smith's wife was dead. He and Betsy had been married for 58 years.
You two were just a match made in heaven.
You gotta believe it.
Smith had been visiting her horse that morning and was heading home. Sedorick had been using drugs. Blood tests show she was high on prescription painkillers. She's a driver with a terrible record, 8 license suspensions and multiple violations for speeding and careless driving. Sedorick was charged with vehicular homicide and possession of drugs, facing years behind bars.
This is Shannon Sedorick. State versus Shannon Sedorick.
But the trial did not get far. In January, Judge Terrence Cook threw out any evidence of drug use, essentially killing the prosecution's case and shocking Steve and his sons.
What did he say? What? That's about as clear as you can get. Is you've got to be kidding.
The judge ruled that the officer investigating the crash violated Sedorick's constitutional rights. Since Sedorick was in and out of consciousness, the officer went into her purse to find identification and saw the pill bottles. But the judge says he needed a search warrant to do that.
You know, here it didn't get the right result for the victim and the victim's family, but it did get the right result under the Constitution and the Fourth Amendment.
But Lynn Abraham, a former Philadelphia DA and judge, disagrees.
My first take on it was the judge got it wrong.
She says a warrant was not needed because at the time the officer was investigating an accident, not a crime.
This was not an illegal search. I understand the frustration of victims' family, that they don't think justice was served. In this case, I happen to agree with them.
Why were you on drugs and driving when you killed that woman?
I don't want to. No.
Don't you have anything to say to the family?
Please, no comment. Nope, guys, I don't even know what you're doing here. No comment.
I don't know that she actually realizes the number of lives that she's affected.
Because for Sedorick, life goes on. But for the Smiths, life will never be the same.
They're daffodils from my wife's garden. Today's her, would have been her 84th birthday. Nice to be able to spend a little time here with her.